the one at home, where everything just works. Your horse feels soft. You're thinking clearly. You're riding the way you know you can. And then you get to a competition. And suddenly, it's like you've never ridden before. You're tense. You're second guessing everything. Your horse feels different. And afterwards, you're thinking, I can do this at home. So what's going on? If you've ever felt that gap between your home riding and your competition riding, this video is for you. Because what I'm going to show you today is that the problem isn't your ability. It's not your horse. And it's definitely not that you just need more experience. There's something much more specific going on. And once you understand that, everything starts to change. This is one of the most frustrating experiences for riders at your level, because you're not a beginner. You know you can ride. You've proven it at home again and again. So when it doesn't show up at competitions, it doesn't feel like a skill problem. It feels like something is slipping through your fingers. And what most riders do at this point is train harder, add more pressure, try to fix the horse, or tell themselves to just get over it. But none of that actually solves the problem, because the gap between home and competition riding isn't created by ability. It's created by state. Let's break this down properly. At home, you feel safe. You feel familiar. You're not being judged. There's no real consequence. So your brain stays calm. And when your brain is calm, you process information better, make clearer decisions, stay present, ride instinctively. Now, take that same rider and put them into a competition environment. Suddenly, there are people watching. There's a score. There's pressure. There's expectation. And your brain switches mode from performance mode to protection mode. And this is the part most riders don't realize. When your brain goes into protection mode, it is not trying to help you perform. It is trying to keep you safe. So what happens? You overthink. You hesitate. You ride defensively. You lose feel. You stop trusting yourself. Not because you can't ride, but because your brain is prioritizing safety over performance. This is why advice like, just relax, just ride like you do at home, doesn't land. Because in that moment, your nervous system isn't asking for logic. It's reacting to perceived pressure. You can't just think your way out of it. And this is where riders start to feel stuck because they know what to do, but they can't access it when it matters. A lot of riders label this as a confidence issue. But let's reframe that. You don't lack confidence. You have proof you can do it. You do it at home. So the issue isn't, I don't believe I can. It's, I can't access what I know under pressure. That's a completely different problem. And it needs a completely different solution. So, what does close the gap? It's not more hours in the saddle. It's not pushing harder. It's learning how to regulate your state under pressure. Because when your state stays stable, your riding becomes repeatable. That's the goal. Not perfect rides, not feeling confident all the time, but being able to ride consistently even when it matters. And that comes from understanding your triggers, recognizing when your state shifts, having a process to bring yourself back. Think about this. At home, you ride into a line or a movement and you allow it to happen. At a competition, you ride into the same moment. But now you're anticipating mistakes, trying to control everything, second guessing decisions. So instead of flowing, you interfere. And your horse feels that instantly. So now it looks like the horse wasn't right today. But actually, your internal state changed the ride. What you need isn't more pressure. It's a repeatable mental system. Something that allows you to settle yourself before you get on. Stay present during your ride. Reset quickly when things go wrong. This is where most riders don't have a plan. They just hope it goes well. And one of my favorite sayings is, hope is not a strategy. With a rider recently, very capable, beautiful rider. But every competition felt like a different version of her. Tense, overthinking, frustrated. We didn't change her riding. We didn't change her horse. We changed how she managed her state. Within a few weeks, same rider, same horse, but now clearer thinking, more consistent rounds, less emotional swings. And the biggest shift, she started trusting herself again. If you're watching this and thinking, that's exactly me, then this is your next step. I've put together a free rider confidence tracker. It helps you start noticing what's actually happening before you ride, how your state shifts, what affects your performance. You can download that below. And if you want to go deeper, I offer performance review calls. We'll look at exactly where your gap is coming from and map out what needs to change. I've also got a Facebook group where I break this down regularly. So you're not trying to figure this out on your own. All the links are in the description. You don't need to become a different rider. You just need to access the one you already are when it matters.